Welcome. I'm Julie Thompson, Executive Director of PACTV, and today we're hosting a COVID-19 update for the town of Duxbury. We will hold these forums Wednesdays at 10:30 a.m. with the seniors in mind. Watch in Duxbury on Comcast Channel 15 and Verizon Channel 39, or watch online on our streaming channel by visiting pactv.org/live. To ask questions during this forum or any time at all during the week, send an email to duxburyinfo@pactv.org. For the forum replay schedule and additional Duxbury meeting coverage, visit pactv.org/Duxbury. Today's participants include, as always, Joanne Moore, who is the Director of the Council on Aging for Duxbury, and Kay Cooney, who's an advanced practice geriatric nurse and a wellness coach. Welcome, Joanne.
Well, thank you so much, Julie, and thanks for showing up to our show today. We are thrilled to have Kay with us to do Kay Talks. Kay Talks is a program that was developed to help us stay connected, gain some common sense skills to help us stay healthy during this challenging time. We're so thankful for Kay's gift of time at the Senior Center. She brings a wealth of knowledge with us, and last week she talked a little bit about hand washing, and during the week there were tons of questions because we really need to know how to keep our hands safe. And then she had some great ideas she's going to share about how to use some of those natural products that we all have in our home to help buy the things that we may not be able to get online or at the store. So with that, I want to turn it over to Kay. I know she's close to her sink and she's going to continue that hand washing technique for us. So thanks, Kay.
Good morning. Hi, everybody. I hope you are all doing well, staying sane. In between these raindrops, getting in your spring and summer flowers and plants out there. So as Joanne said, we changed the topic today because what I realized, there was still a great deal of confusion at the end of last week's around cleaning, sanitizing, disinfecting, why I choose the products I choose. So I thought rather than just like sprint forward, the basics right now of sanitation is everything and is our front line for protection against the COVID-19 virus. So we made the decision to change the curriculum and go back and dive a little bit deeper. So we are looking forward to any of your questions. You can email them in at any point during the show today. And we're going to get into our product choices, how to DIY. Now, of course, pen and paper are always helpful, right? So make sure you have your K-Talks notebook somewhere nearby, and you want to take some notes. But also, our wonderful friends over at the Duxbury Senior Center will also be posting these somewhere in the near future to their website. Now, we want to apply no pressure to those folks over there. They are going at lightning speed, and their IT person is working from home. She will get them up, so be patient with her. It's worth the wait. So if you want to take general notes today, let us know. If you have questions, email them in. So I wanted to start with, for those of you that missed last week, I am a geriatric clinical nurse specialist. I've worked in healthcare for over 30 years. My expertise has been pain management as well as working with 65 and older population. And being a clinical nurse specialist means I worry more about populations and population trends. So it's a really nice fit for having these K-Talks, and I'm excited to share what I know with you. Also, a lot of folks last week asked product-specific questions. I wanted to address that before we get started today. So the reason why we as a family personally have chosen all natural and to make our own products is because my 25-year-old has cystic fibrosis and has very vulnerable lungs. And by making our own products, we reduce the risk to her in her lungs and her breathing. And it really has made a significant change for the better for her. One of the stats that we see out there that's been put out by the Environmental Protection Agency is the air quality inside our homes is now 5 to 10 times more dangerous and dirty than being outdoors. And a lot of that is from the cleaners and the products that we choose. So that is why we are doing this with you today. Now, before we do anything, I want to talk to you a little bit about the difference between clean, disinfected and sterilized. Okay. So a lot of folks are going, well, does that product disinfect? Does that, so let's get very clear on what's going on. So cleaning is simply the act of water and some sort of a friction agent and putting the two of them together in such a way that we are actually lysing the outside shell of the bacteria or the virus. Now, what's really interesting is that for as virulent as COVID-19 is, it's not very hardy, meaning a little bit of friction to its virus sheath spills its contents and gets rid of it. So the whole friction thing should not be underestimated in any of this. So what are we doing when we're cleaning? Well, we're reducing organic matter, right? We're getting rid of skin cells, blood cells, feces, any kind of secretions, any kind of dirt that we've picked up. When we get rid of the organic material, there isn't a place for the virus and the bacteria to proliferate, right? So we're getting rid of all of that and keeping the environment clean. It's kind of like why you don't leave crumbs all around your house. You don't want the mice coming in, okay? And it's always, cleaning is always the first step in disinfecting and sterilization. So we're talking about water, a fluid, friction, okay? If you're out in the forest, okay, and you don't have any water with you, you could use apple juice, any fluid whatsoever. It's this that's really important, okay? So that's what I want to really impress that on you guys. Next up is disinfecting. What's disinfecting and how is it better or more intense than cleaning? Disinfecting further kills the microbes by lysing or interfering with the metabolism. So when we clean, it's a mechanical process. When we disinfect, we're now adding in a chemical that goes after the microbes, okay? It's a little bit more intense. But let's be very clear. When you disinfect, you are not killing all pathogens, okay? You are leaving some spores and some organisms behind. So be aware of that. It's not sterile, it's cleaner than clean when you disinfect. The extent of disinfectants is highly variable, and some are even what I would call CDC controversial. So in 2016, CDC came out against antimicrobial hand sanitizers and washes because what was happening was we were making everyday bacteria more resistant. So that's a decision you have to make as a family, whether or not you use antibacterial or just a straight disinfectant, okay? And put in CDC 2016, antibiotic resistant, and you'll pull up some information that will help you make decisions for you and your family. Now, sterilization. I don't know that any of us are doing sterilization right now. Maybe some of you are, but I don't know that we should be. So sterilization eliminates or kills all forms of life through heat, chemical, or radiation. So in theory right now, what you could be doing is boiling clean certain things if you had to. Metal things would boil well. Some glass would, some wouldn't. This is using soap, water, and I have to do a semicolon on this one. So sterilization is what goes on in the hospital, in the doctor's office, in the dentist office. It's really about completely eliminating pathogens in between patients, okay? Soap and water, peroxide, 60% alcohol are all very effective and safe with eliminating corona. We don't need to go to the level of sterilization. So I'm going to actually move my chair out of the way, and I'm going to give you guys, we're going to start doing a little demonstration on hand washing. Joanne, what's going on with your folks over at the senior center? I know that they're delivering meals. So your kitchen's pretty busy, yes?
Yes, but we have taken extreme safety precautions to make sure our kitchen is sterile. What we do is our chef Peter comes in on Monday. He prepares meals Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. He is locked in the kitchen by himself. No other staff is allowed to enter that part of the building to help keep it safe from other germs. Then the food is moved to another area where is packed by 2 staff members, and they wear gloves and masks, and then it is delivered out into the community. After the whole delivery process takes place, our custodian goes through and wipes down and disinfects every area. The kitchen is locked until Peter arrives again on Thursday and performs that function again.
It's pretty amazing.
It is, and I am so impressed and honored to work with our staff. They are so dedicated and concerned for the seniors, and our goal is really to keep everyone safe. We've developed protocols for delivery as well to make sure we don't have that social interaction. So what happens is, if I was delivering meals to your house, Kay, I would call and say, "Hi, Kay, I'm right outside your door. I just wanted to check to see how you're doing today." And as long as you said you were okay, I would be happy. If you needed something, we'd try to work on the back end to get you what you needed. And then I'd say, "I'm going to bring your meals to the designated area." It might be on the table on your front porch. It could be by your front door. Please do not come outside while I deliver those meals. And we're so thankful. Roach Brothers, Stop and Shop, and Big Y have given us paper bags that we can use. So they're one and done bags. So there's no reuse of bags. So chemicals can remain on the bags. And then we step away from the home, and they wait. The person who's receiving the meal waits till we get into our car. And then they go out and get the meal. And then when the driver gets into their car, they deglove, they put their trash in the, they have a bag, they sanitize their hand, sanitize their steering wheel, call the next person and say they're on their way. So we do that for every delivery. And right now we're delivering to over 40 houses every, twice a week.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing what our volunteers are stepping up and doing, what everybody is stepping up and doing.
Yeah. Well, we just had a staff meeting this morning, and one of the things we talked about were random acts of kindness. And really, the slower pace of the world, I think the world is becoming a kinder world.
So those are the silver linings, right? In all of this. When I'm talking about this whole situation with my friends, we refer to it as the great pause of 2020. And I feel like if we stop, look at how the choices we're making in our life, this quarantine is not the worst thing that's ever happened to me, not by far. I'm enjoying having this time to catch up. I've been Netflix binging. I'm not a TV or a movie watcher, so I have been discovering all these different documentaries and as well as trash on TV that I am enjoying tremendously, and just having time to. My fork drawer right now could pass a military inspection, and it has not been able to do that in 40 years.
Excellent.
So, all right. So we're going to go right now to hand washing, and I'm going to go through the step by step with you guys. Okay. So when I come in and I'm going to wash my hands, so my hand soap is always here at the sink. I reach for my paper towel and I have that ready for it. Why am I using a paper towel at this point? So I'm using a paper towel if I've just come in from, let's say, having to do the grocery shopping, and I'm concerned with any contamination, right? So I don't want to be reusing towels and then have to quarantine my laundry. So I'm going right to the paper towel, okay? So I'm turning my water on. Now here's the first thing, okay? It does not matter the temperature of the water. And in fact, the hotter the water, the more damage we're doing to the hand. So I need to hammer that home again. The temperature of the water does not matter. So find a comfortable temp, right? We don't need to freeze ourselves. We don't need to burn ourselves. Find it somewhere in the middle. So we're going to wet our hands, okay? I'm going to my pump. Now, we are using more hand sanitizer and more hand cleaner than ever, which is probably what we were intended to do. I like foaming hand soap. It makes the soap go longer, and it requires a certain amount of friction. I take what I did, and I kind of roll it all over. Then I do common sense. So the biggest thing with hand washing right now is paying attention to what you've done, right? This is a task that we have ignored. It's like tying our shoes. Now it's time to tune into what you're doing. So the first thing I do is I take a Castile based soap. So I like a simple, the least amount of chemicals possible. So, and we're going to talk about how to make our own foaming hand soap in a little bit. But this basically has soap, a tiny bit of vitamin E, and I choose to put essential oils in it because I'm a princess and I like things that smell nice. So I do my 1, 2, 3, 4 pumps. Put it in the front, put it on the back. Now I start my thing, okay? Here goes the friction. So I'm doing the palms of my hands. We're all so good at doing the palms of our hands, okay? Now, taking the right hand over left. We're doing the back of the hand, okay? Now we're taking left over right, back of that hand. And you're just watching that you're getting this. Now, here's the thing. We're not doing this. I'm actually applying a little bit of friction because I know I'm lysing the bad guys, okay? Fronts, backs. Then we do what I call here is the church, here is the steeple, right? Interlock your fingers. You want to get in between there. And yes, I wash my jewelry, do my hands with my jewelry on, and I'm washing my jewelry kind of when I'm doing this. I'm mixing it in, okay? Fingernails, right? We all remember those disgusting fingernail experiments we did in grade school. So I go here, take this hand, I go here. I make sure I've gotten underneath all of my nails. Right hand, washing my thumb. Okay, getting the webbing in here. Left hand, washing the thumb. Okay. Then I go to my wrist bones. And then I'm going to lean into rinse. Okay. So what I've done is I've loosened up all of the microbes and organic matter that may have been on my hands and nails. And now I'm using the water to get rid of them. So what I do is I always, and this is a nurse thing, you start above your wrist bone and you let it wash down into the sink, okay? Whereas if I was washing, if I go this way, it runs up my arm. So I go here and I just lean down. Then I do the second. I get a good rinse, okay? And this is what I'm not doing, okay? So this is where so many of us do the beep, 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 skip it, right? Go right here to your paper towel. Get your paper towel up. What are you doing now? More friction, okay? So you have two choices. You can stand here and air dry. The reality of it is most of us aren't going to air dry. So you take your paper towel and you go well. You clean well. Dry it up. Let the friction go. Get it between everywhere. This goes right into your trash, right? Step on your trash compactor. Boom. In there it goes. Okay. Did I miss anything? No. I don't think I missed anything. Hopefully that's really clear. Okay. These are now at a minimum cleaned. They may be disinfectant, but they're not completely free of pathogens, and they're certainly not sterile. Okay. But that was a pretty good effort, and it's a time thing, right? So we're all stuck in. So 20 seconds is a minimum. The longer, the better. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you, and we're going to get to this, but I want to show you how I'm going to clean this surface to get ready for us to do our next step. So I take my cleaner, my disinfectant, if you will, and this is what I'm doing with it. So I'm spraying the surface, okay, and I'm spraying it good. This is the guideline. You want to put as much product on the surface that it would take for it to absorb into the air in about 4 minutes, okay? People don't realize the best way to disinfect in your household, and if you actually read the product, the problem is most of us can't because the print is so teeny tiny. It tells you spray and wait 10 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever it is. So you do the spray, right? Now eyeball, look at that. Gosh, that's going to take a whole lot more than 4 minutes. But now I'm done. So once a day, if you're bringing in groceries into the house or different things and you put them on the counter, give it a good spray down, walk away, let it air dry. That's going to be the most effective way for any disinfecting product to disinfect in your home, okay? Pretty simple. That's one. Okay. Now, same with wipes. If you are using sanitation wipes in your house, what the standard is, make sure that you're using enough moisture that your surface is wet enough to air dry in about 4 minutes. Okay, that's your standard. So now what I'm going to do with you, and this is intended to be fun, not stressful, but this is also very helpful. Here's our cleaning supply list in our house. And again, I got to tell you, from a respiratory perspective and a health perspective, this has made a big difference. Here's the other thing. So I'm one of 7, right? And I'm a diehard Yankee when it comes to saving $1. So my cleaning bill, if you will, monthly, is minimal. So this is what we're using, and this is what's going to be on the list. And again, the senior center will have this on their site soon enough. First thing we do is we go with an isopropyl alcohol. Okay, it's got to be at least 70%. 90 is better, but it's hard to find right now. But 70 will do the trick. It's alcohol content of 60 and better. Something I want you to remember: if you dilute this, it's no longer 70%. So that's why I keep saying to folks, go the 90%, go to the 90%. So if you're using this pretty close to full strength if you're looking for the alcohol itself to disinfect. Can you use vodka or a distilled beverages that you may have at home? The alcohol content in them is only 40%. So even if you put straight alcohol in yourself, you're still not disinfecting. So I would say the answer to that is no. Go with your isopropyl, okay? Next thing on my list that I keep handy, good old hydrogen peroxide. So hydrogen peroxide does a great job in lysing things. And you're going to see as we go through our list, this is really handy for stains, for disinfecting, for cleaning. I use this for everything. Love it. Good old baking soda, right? Wait till you see. I could do a whole show on what we do with our baking soda. So baking soda is another one that we use. You're going to love what we do with that. And the fun thing about baking soda is it's abrasive, right? So this is going to take the place of your Comet, your soft scrub, and it's also a great friction cleaning agent on surfaces. Vinegar, okay? Oh gosh, I just heard my Boston when I said that. Vinegar. So when you look at right? Did you hear my boss?
I totally did.
Vinegar. Ma, pass the vinegar. All right. When you start looking at these items, this was $2. This was $2. This is 89 cents. This is $1, right? So, I mean, look at what we're not using expensive stuff here. Lemon juice. You can use lemon juice that you buy. You can make your own lemon juice by squeezing lemons, or you can use a lemon essential oil, right? Again, this is not expensive stuff. Good old olive oil. I use that for conditioning, for making polishing for wood. Castile soap, right? So you guys are part of the generation where you remember good old Castile soap. It does the trick. Okay, what else do we got over here? I think that's the crew, right? That's the crew. So what I want to start with for you guys is a basic degreaser, because then we're going to be able to use that someplace else, every place else. Why do I start with the degreaser? Grease is the biggest thing that drives any of us crazy when it comes to cleaning our homes, right? So that's your high soil stuff. So stand tight, hold tight. I'm going to move this stuff.
Hey, Kay.
Yes.
Hey, we had someone call in, and
Yes.
we don't have closed caption, and the person's trying to read your lips, so they're wondering if you could just move up a little bit.
Oh, yes, thank you. Yes, how is that? Can you
Much
see
better.
Okay.
Yeah. Great. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
Didn't even think of that. Thank you. Okay, so give me 1 second while I just get my supplies right here for you.
Sure. So, Kay, can I ask you a quick question? Does
Yeah.
the dishwasher disinfect when you wash your dishes in the dishwasher?
Yes, I would say the level of clean you're getting from your dishwasher probably, because of the power of the jets and the heat, is probably disinfecting.
Okay.
And I know that when you look at CDC and they talk about folks in quarantine, that they accept the contaminated dishes being washed by themselves, or sorry, washed with other family members' dishes as acceptable cleanliness.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
can I ask one other quick question? I was thinking spring is right around the corner and we can open our windows. Will this help at all?
Oh, yes. Air it out. So we've had a couple of, maybe 60-ish days around here. I'm all about airing out the house big time.
It's a
Big
good
time.
thing.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Okay.
And again, go back to EPA. The air quality outside is better than inside, right?
Okay.
So circulate it.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Thanks for answering the question.
This is my basic formula for the house. Okay. This can then wash every single surface that you have. So, and this is going to clean as well as disinfect. So 16-ounce bottle. I buy mine off Amazon. I like glass because I use a lot of lemon oil, and lemon oil can eat through plastic. You can pick up boxes. You can pick these up, or you can pick up the heavy plastic at the Dollar Tree store, right? $1. Or as you use and finish up with the products that you're currently using and you like, when those are done, you can switch over, just take the label off, relabel it with a piece of tape, and you get your bottle. So you don't have to spend a ton of money switching over to nice and clean. So this is 16 ounces, okay? And the formula that I give you guys is for a much bigger bottle. It's for 32. So we're going to have everything. This is all we're doing, okay? So 16-ounce bottle. It is a half a cup of white vinegar. Okay, and the purpose of me demonstrating this is to simply show you how quick and easy this is. Okay, about a tablespoon or 2 of Castile soap. Squirt, squirt, squirt. I never measure. You can. 1 tablespoon of baking soda. In you go. And what I usually do is I usually add the water right through to the baking soda because it makes it dissolve and go in. I don't know what it is about baking soda, but I do love playing with it. And then in my world, this is where you could do a splash of lemon juice or some lavender, some lemon oil. I actually like using lemon essential oil because it's a great degreaser and a great whitener. So what we'll do, a little lemon juice, a couple drops of oil. This goes. Now, do you need to sterilize your water? I don't. I feel like there is enough in there that is disinfecting. I put my spray cap on, okay, and I give it a gentle thing. That's it. That's all you got to do. You now have your own degrease that will remove most grease, clothing stains, and cleanly and safely does your countertops, your mirrors, just about everything. Okay. Now, there's a reason why I did this first because I'm going to use this to do more. But that's all this took. So when you talk about, so some of our cleaners are now getting up to $8, $9, $10, and they're run out, right? People are like grabbing and hoarding. So for about $1, we just made something that cleans every surface in your house and disinfects and does not irritate anybody's lungs in any way, shape, or form. Okay, that's that. And I'm not going to go through all of these with you today, but I am going to give you an idea of how it goes. Here's how we do this. Here's the next one, baking soda. Now, if you have, I love my little jars. So if you have a little mason jars, you can recycle a pickle jar, whatever. Okay. And I'm not going to make a whole batch of the baking soda, but I throw baking soda in a glass. Okay. If I wanted to make a big batch for the house, I'd fill it up. Take a little bit of my degreaser. Okay. We're looking at that for consistency. Now you have soft scrub / Comet. right?
Okay.
So easy. And the beauty of it is the grit in this is phenomenal. So I'm intelligently lazy. So I like a little bit of grit. And I go into my shower, I have the glass doors. I wipe this down in all the doors. I wipe this down on the walls. And then when I get into the shower, I just use the nozzle and I spritz everything down. Right? Works phenomenal. This works great on the stove. And you can pre-mix this up in batches. Okay? Nice and easy. And if you guys have questions, just kind of holler. Now, same thing. If I'm going to do windows, right? If I'm a window aficionado, right? And I'm not terribly fussy about my windows. What I would do is in a bottle of this size, I would throw in a cup of water and a cup of white vinegar. Don't like the vinegar smell? If you don't like the vinegar smell, put a little bit of the lemon juice or lemon oil on it, right? Nice and easy. What are our acids? Our acids are vinegar and lemon juice, right? And acidic products will eventually cause some sort of interactions with some plastics and with some metals. So you just want to be mindful of that. They can be very powerful. Just because it's something that we ingest and we use in our salad dressing doesn't mean it's not effective at getting the job done. Another thing. Hold on. So I am a big boo for candles, Lysol-ish sprays, air fresheners, renews-its, plug-ins, things like that. You are basically heating a toxic substance with candles and other things. One of the things that I'm a huge fan of, and I can tell you, they all operate the same, and you can get these almost anywhere, a diffuser in your home. It humidifies the air. It reduces the need to dust, bing, 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 because it actually drives down all of the particles in the air in the house to the ground where you're vacuuming and sweeping them up. So our house is pretty much almost dust resistant at this point, which if I had known that, I'd have started it sooner. When you are diffusing high quality oils, you are actually supporting your immune system and cleansing the air in your house. So about 10 minutes a day of diffusing will get rid of 80%. 30 minutes gets rid of 100% of airborne contaminants, right? That's phenomenal. And you're not irritating anybody lung-wise by doing it. All diffusers operate the same way, okay? And again, we're looking to replace candles, sprays, plug-ins, all that stuff. Here's your base. It has a little brain in it. This brain, when you add water, will vibrate, okay? Most diffusers like tap water because there's different molecules in there that it helps do. You fill with water to the line. You put in 5 to 6 drops of an essential oil. Put your cover on, okay? And you turn it on. That's it. It will then run for 6, 8, or 12 hours, depending on your model. You should be able to see, hopefully, some of the steam coming up off of that defined mist. And what you do is you want to put this in the area of the house where you are for most of your day. Let it clean. So we're on the water, so we have an issue with mold. One of the things I do is I use essential oils that take care of mold, and I put it through those windows after storms to help decontaminate the air that may have accumulated from water damage. Okay, let me see what else we got. Let's do our hand soap, right? Because this is so nice and easy, and we're going through so much of this. Here is your hand soap. Where do I get these? You can reuse what you have. You can get them at the dollar store. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them this size. They also have a 4-ounce that goes in your purse. And I like that too. I like to kind of have something to throw in my purse. All we're doing with this is taking our Castile soap, filling it halfway. Okay. So I'm going to make this up. and I'm going to make believe I don't need hand soap right now, so I'm going to use just that much. However much hand soap I use is how much water I'm adding. Okay. Then I add a little bit essential oils. I like my hands to smell like lavender. And I put a squirt of grapeseed oil, olive oil, vitamin E, any of those. And yes, the same oils I cook with are the same oils I'm adding to things for my hand and body, right? Simple and easy. I give it a real gentle shake, okay? Front of the pump. And there we have our own hand soap. So that literally, so this will probably run you about, I'm thinking like $8. And you end up making 3 or 4 of these. So it's pretty economical to do your own foaming hand soap. And I got to tell you, that just smells really nice, easy. I'm not going to go through a whole hand washing demonstration again. Okay. So let me just recap on that one, because I think that's a real important one for all of you to have right now. Castile soap, equal amounts castile soap and water. Okay. Tiny bit of something to moisturize your hands. And if you want a little bit of lemon juice or lemon oil or lavender, we'll do the trick. Okay. That is a great, 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 simple, inexpensive. Now, let's say you don't have foaming hand soap things right now. Use a squirty bottle from your dishwashing detergent, right? And just squirt that in your hands and do it. You'll get the same effect. Easy peasy. Wipes. Okay. So we get to do wipes. All right. So wipes have been out continuously now in most places, or they've jacked the price up something horrible. So I want to show you how easy it is to make your own wipes. Now, you can do this one of 2 ways. If you are somebody who wants to cut down and recycle on the use of paper towels, you know those blue disposable cloths that you can buy at the Dollar Tree or at Target or wherever, and they're blue and your mom used to use them in the kitchen and you can reuse them a couple times. You can do this with those. You can cut up t-shirts or you can use paper towels, whatever you would like. If you do it the other 2 ways, you want a receptacle on your counter that you can drop them into when you've used them. I've noticed in our house, right, you start to pay attention differently when you're all stuck in the house. We're going through a lot of paper towels. So I like the idea of cutting up t-shirts and using them. So here is one way, okay? Good old roll of paper towels. Now, I'm not using a full roll in this one for the sake of demonstration, but I'm going to show you. I measured about where I need to cut. And I'm using a bread knife. Okay.
Hey, Kay, I don't mean to cut in, but we have some people with some questions. So after you're done making the hand wipes, do you mind if we get some questions?
I would love that. All right. So this is what you're going to do. I'm going to do this quick. We're going to get to questions. Throw it in your container. Pour a cup of your degreaser over it. Pull the center out of the paper towel. And when you do, what's going to happen is the paper towel is going to come with it and you have your first start. Thread it through here to have your own hand wipes. Okay, nice and simple and easy. So this panicking and hoarding is so not necessary. Get this stuff. We went shopping yesterday at Target and we're able to get most of these items that you see here. So I can get to more, but let's get to questions.
Sure, I'm going to turn it over to Julie. She has a few questions for you.
Thank you so much. Kay, that was incredible. You covered so much material at that point. I've had a couple questions for people about, gee, I can't remember all of that because there was so much information. So I'm going to bring up the Council on Aging's website here so people can take a look at home for a second. And I'm wondering if this is if Town of Duxbury, go to the Council on Aging, and this is all the information and your contacts and everything else. Joanne, is there a place that you can put all this information on the website so people can, all the ingredients that you were talking about, Kay, all the different things you're making, Can we put that somewhere on here so people can see it?
Sure. I would say it would be up probably by early next week, and it would be on our website, which is duxburyseniorcenter.org. And we'll put it out on the front screen. There's a place for COVID-19 information, and we'll add it there. I love that all those items really pretty much you have at your home already. I think the only thing I needed to get was the one kind of soap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
If you didn't have that soap right now, is there something you could use instead? And what would that be?
I love this. It's like we're like Johnny Carson and Ed McMahon. Thank you,
There we
Ed.
go.
Yes, I would use my dishwashing soap.
Okay.
And I'd use slightly less. So instead of 50-50, I'd do a third.
Okay. So really, probably almost everyone could make these things or a rough guesstimate of it today. And I think if you were so inclined and it wasn't on our website yet, you could probably find it on Pinterest.
Yes, absolutely. And what I'll do is, I will go through the two main ones before we end. So if people, again, if they have pen and paper and they're really burning and itching to get this done today, we'll put it for you in the end.
Great.
Okay.
Julie?
I have two more questions, and it's really more about the COA. Can people still sign up for your home food delivery?
Yes, we can. If someone is interested in signing up for the home delivered meals program, have them call the senior center 781-934-5774. Then there is a pause on the phone because all messages are being transferred into one extension. So don't hang up, and then just leave your message, leave your name, your phone number, and that you're interested in the home delivered meals program. We check the messages every day, and then we'll get back to you and we'll add you on the next delivery day. We deliver on Mondays and Thursdays.
Excellent. I have one more question before we wrap it up, and Kay can do her final wrap up. And that question is, can you tell us about the different things that you're doing virtually so people aren't feeling as isolated and alone?
Sure. So I have to say kudos to our programming staff. They have moved most of our exercise classes. We have a Balance for Life class being offered 2 days a week at 9 and 1. And we have a yoga class being offered 2 days a week so people can go on Facebook Live. So there's a lot of different opportunities for exercise. We also have a meditation session on our Facebook Live program, and that's being led by Kim O'Brien. Our programming staff, our newsletter is getting mailed this month, and it's a virtual newsletter, and I hope I can find the cover right here handy, because we are listing all the programs that we're offering virtually this month. And it will give you information on how you can sign up either online by a phone call to the senior center or through Zoom meeting. So look for your newsletter in the mail. If you don't get it in the mail, look at our website, Duxbury Senior Center .org. Our newsletter is listed there, and it will have all the information you need about upcoming programs.
Excellent. Thank you. And Kay, do you have some final words for everyone? And you wanted to, I think, give the list one more time. And if you could talk into the camera so that people who are hearing impaired can try to hear you or read your lips.
You got it. So we're going to do this like this as opposed to demonstrating. So I think the two most important right now, maybe three. One is, and we didn't get to it, so let's do it together now, is bleach substitute. Bleach is one of those things that culturally we have come to depend on to protect us against germs. It is, however, an incredibly toxic, dangerous substance. When not used correctly, it can be very problematic. So we have gotten rid of the bleach in our house. Also, it's very irritating to folks with lung disease. So if you grab your pen and paper, I'm going to give you the combo for bleach really, really quickly. 1 cup of water, a 1/4 cup of hydrogen peroxide, 2 tablespoons of baking soda, 2 tablespoons of vinegar, white vinegar, and about 20 drops of lemon essential oil or lemon juice. I'd say 2 tablespoons of lemon. Mix gently. You can put a spray top on that and use it for cleaning. But in our house, how I use it, I throw a quarter cup of it in with my laundry as my bleach alternative. So that's one really great recipe for you to have. And again, we're going to make sure you guys are getting this stuff. Your main degreaser that we started with, using a 32-ounce bottle, 1 cup of white vinegar, about 2 tablespoons of Castile soap, 1 tablespoon of baking soda, and then some lemon oil or essential oils. Okay, nice and easy. For your hand soap, last one. Okay, good old foaming hand soap. Grab yourself a foaming hand soap dispenser. Put half Castile soap, the other half water. Add a little bit of vitamin E or olive oil or grapeseed oil, just like a little pump, half a teaspoon. Some lemon or essential oils, and there's your foaming hand soap. So there's 3 great products right now you can be using to protect yourself. If you have questions after the show or you're seeing this on a replay, please feel free to email in. We would love to continue to answer and address your questions. Our goal for next week is to get to gut health, which is one of the most important parts of our immune system. So we're going to come to you with what kind of things will support gut health. Unless some crazy thing jumps up, we reserve the right to change topics, but we're trying to stay on track. We're thinking of all of you. We are hoping you are staying well, healthy, using a positive attitude every chance you can. And we thank you so much for tuning in. We're thinking of all of you.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you
Kay.
so much, Kay.
That was great. For next week, Kay, it's kind of ironic you said that because someone did just ask a question about probiotics for COVID-19, and we will wait till next week to handle the whole GI question because there are some questions if GI is more of an issue with this than was originally thought, that digestion issues happen with COVID-19. So we're looking forward to you doing that next week. Joanne,
Awesome.
did you have anything else?
No, thank you,
Okay.
Kay, for sharing that information. I am going to rush out to my kitchen and get busy making some products. Yeah, thanks. This has been great.
You're
Okay.
so welcome.
Thank you, ladies, so much. This is great. So every Wednesday at 10:30, please do join us at PACTV for these COVID-19 updates with Kay Talks. And Kay will bring you all kinds of information that'll really be helpful for not only for seniors, for everybody, especially the idea of airing out your house. Businesses, if they can do that too, great idea. Let's let some fresh air get in and out during the day. So thank you. If you want to see a replay of today's show, please go to pactv.org/Duxbury. We will see you next week at 10:30. Thank you so much, and please keep safe.